does this work? Let's see. There we go. I think that worked. Good morning. Welcome to the 5-Minute Crochet Podcast. I'm your host, Ellen Gormley. All right. Welcome to Wednesday. Days are just flying by, which is good because this week is pay week. So I'm excited about that. Happy Wednesday to you. So I'll just chit chat a little bit here until people show up. Get myself organized a little bit. I'm pretty disorganized the last couple weeks, but maybe it's getting back. I say that every single week, don't I? Oh my goodness. I'm sure some of you can relate to the concept of feeling constantly behind. And hopefully some of you will get the notifications that I've started today. Good morning, Brian. So I was just cleaning up my space a little bit, trying to prepare for my day. It feels like a Monday, but it's a Wednesday. Good morning, Carlene. Good morning, good morning. So I'm super close to, well, kind of close. I'm kind of close to having this blue done on the blanket. This, you're seeing the back side. I'm seeing the right side. Theo took the ball of yarn and ran with it. I'm not sure that I'm going to have enough blue to finish the second row that I wanted to finish in this royal blue color. And then I'll do 2 rows of gray, and then who knows what'll happen. It's anybody's guess. It's anybody's guess. So, let's see. Oh, my eye is twitching. I may have gotten some makeup or moisturizer or something in it, but it's burning a little bit. Maybe that'll help. Yeah, living life on the edge. Woohoo. Will I have enough blue? It's called yarn chicken, Brian. If you didn't, oh, here comes Theo. If you didn't know, when you're challenging whether or not you're going to get through a row with the amount of yarn, or get finished with what you need to get finished with the yarn you have, it's called playing yarn chicken. And sometimes you win and sometimes you lose. And so that's just the name of the game. Now there are ways. Good morning, Linda. Thumbs up. Thank you so much. There are ways to estimate and figure out if you're going to run out of yarn or not, but what's the fun in that? What's the thrill? We got to have endorphins. Who says crochet is not exciting? It's totally exciting. It's down to the wire. It's very compelling. It's competition at its finest, right, Theo? Man versus beast. As you steal my yarn yet again. Crocheter versus nature. Am I going to run out of yarn? I cannot. My eye is watering so much I want to rub it, but I also don't want to undo my concealer that I have caked on. Theo is there. Yes, he is there not to make sure I have enough yarn, but he is my antagonist who's trying to steal my yarn, which makes crochet a competitive event. So, it's like, oh, can I get this done before Theo realizes that I'm playing with the yarn? Can I get it done before he grabs it? Yeah, well, Theo's tail, yeah, he just jumped down. So he'll be back as soon as he sees that the yarn is moving and creating a little bit of a attention-seeking thing. Now, he is not a yarn snob. He'll go after any yarn that he can go after. My previous cat, Charlie, who I had had for 16 years, was quite a yarn snob and would only go after natural fibers. Hello, Omanita. Nice. Yes, same for your cat, Ninja. Hilarious. Good morning, Tammy. Happy Work in Progress Wednesday. Okay, love that. Yes, I am back to working on the double crochet Tunisian blanket. I'm hoping to get this one finished up and moving on to the next thing. I'd like to get moving on to the next things. Yeah, it's about time. It's been such an... No, don't, Theo. Don't close the door. Hold on. Let me get it for you. I'd like to move on to another project. This spring has been incredibly busy. I guess all springs generally are. I remember when we had college or school age kids, like spring was just nonstop from like as soon as like President's Day hit or whatever, it was just like activity, end of school activities. Daisy only wants yarn scraps rolled into tiny balls. Oh, well, that's good. Yes, that's good, Linda. No, Theo, I will give him a decoy ball of yarn that I watch him under supervision, and he still will take advantage of that and try to take whatever yarn I'm using because that's the yarn that's moving. So it's okay. But spring is generally super busy. The flooding is still really bad here, but I did get where I needed to go yesterday, so I did have to detour around a little bit, but nothing too great. We do have this little spot on the way, down the road, about a mile and a half down the road from us, that always floods, like even when it's not a 30-year flood. So and right now we're at I think they said it's the worst flood since 1997. Somebody said 2018, but it's worse than that. And so the other big flood before that was 1997. And so, but the little part that floods down our street does that fairly often. So that one actually has measuring stakes, poles along the side of the road with feet markers so that you can see how deep the water is because it floods so often. And that's a little bridge, a little part of the Great Miami River, at a bridge called Lost Bridge because it disappears underwater all the time. Anyway, so all right, well, I guess I better get my day started. It is so good to see you all. I'm sorry I missed you yesterday. My days are all confused. Now let's see what tomorrow brings. Tomorrow I have a 9 o'clock client, and Friday the 11th I have a 9 o'clock client. So that is the plan. The next 2 days is to do 9 o'clock, 9 o'clock. So that means a few minutes before 9 o'clock so that I can be off by 9 o'clock so I can go to work. So that's what's going on. Please leave me a comment about what's going on in your life, what you're working on. Are you crocheting anything for Easter, Passover, Resurrection, any of the spring holidays that come around in the next couple weeks? I know a friend of mine is making amigurumi frogs for Passover, which is hilarious. So fun. And anyway, are you making anything? I don't generally make anything for Easter, except deviled eggs. Food. All right. So I hope to see you before 9 a.m. tomorrow morning and before 9 a.m. on Friday morning, and we will go from there. I hope you have a fantastic day. And I guess that's all. Leave me a note of what you're working on. So that's all. Have a good one. Take care. Bye.